Welcome back to the show. I'm really glad you are here today. We need to talk about something incredibly heavy, incredibly quiet, and deeply uncomfortable. If you ever looked around your life, looked at the people around you, and felt this sudden sinking realization that everyone else received the instruction manual for life except you, it's a specific kind of late night panic. You are lying in the bed, the room is completely dark, and this voice whispering in your head, what if I never actually make it? What if this is it? What if I'm just fundamentally missing the pieces required to build a successful life? If you ever felt that recently, or if you are feeling it right now as you listen to this, I want you to take a deep, slow breath. Because today, we are going to pulling back the curtain on this exactly anxiety. We are not going to dress it up in a toxic positivity. We are not going to give you a fake generic 5-step plan to get rich and happy. Instead, we are going to look at this monster right into the eyes. The truth is, this feeling of not making it is one of the loneliest experiences in the world. It makes you feel like an imposter. It makes you feel like a child playing dress up in an adult world. Constantly terrified that someone is going to tap you on the shoulder and say, "Hey, we found you out. You don't belong here." But is the secret I've realized. Almost everyone is waiting for that tap on the shoulder. Let's talk about that imaginary instruction manual. Why do we feel like we missed it? I remember vividly when I first started learning English. I would stay up incredibly late into the night. I was staring at the page, reading, and practicing until my eyes burned. And the entire time I was doing it, this horrific mental soundtrack was playing on a loop in the background. I was sitting there late at night, thinking, I am completely wasting my time. I am throwing my money away on these lessons. I am just not good enough for this. Let me ask you this. Have you ever tried to learn something new or build a new life while carrying that exactly weight? It was killing me. I would listen to people who were naturally articulated, people who spoke fluently without a second thought. I would brutally compare myself to them. I felt small. I felt like I was running a race where everyone else started a mile ahead of me, wearing running shoes while I was barefoot in the mud. But looking back now, I realized something crucial. I was comparing my mess, frustrating day 1 to someone else day 1000. We do this with everything, don't we? We look at our mess, chaotic behind the scenes footage, the late nights, the wasted money, the frustrating mistake, and we compare it to everyone else's polished, edited, perfect highlight reel. Thinking about that for a second, you are judging your internal worth based on someone else's finished product. When you do that, the definition of making it becomes a moving target. If you think making it means executing everything flawlessly on the first try, you will never arrive. The moment you hit a milestone, your brain will automatically move the finish line further away. That is why you feel you aren't making it. It's not because you are failing. It is because you are playing a game where the rules change every single day and the finish line doesn't actually exist. You are running a marathon on a treadmill wonder why the scenario is not changing. I want to look at this from a different angle. Let's look at what is actually happening to us when we fall into this mental spiral. Most of the time, the overwhelming feeling that you won't make it in life is not a factual summary of your abilities. It is actually just a physiological symptom of exhaustion. Your brain is hardwired to mistake temporary tiredness for permanent failure. When you are burned out, when you are stressed about bills, or when you have had a string of bad days, your brain goes into survival mode. It wants to protect you from future disappointment. So, to keep you safe, it starts telling you a story. It says, give up now. Don't try so hard. You are never going to make it anyway. So why bother? It is a defense mechanism disguised as a harsh truth. I want you to think back to a time in your life, maybe 5 years ago, or even 10 years ago, where you felt completely hopeless. A moment where you thought, I don't know how I'm going to get through this. Thinking about that version of you. Back then, that person was terrified. But guess what? You made it through that. You survived 100% of your worst days. The version of you listening to this podcast right now is the future success story that the past version of you didn't think it was possible. So why do we refuse to give ourselves credit for the ground we've already covered? Why are we so focused on the mountain ahead that we never turn around to look at the massive valley we've already climbed? As we wrap up today's episode, I want to leave you with a challenge. We need to completely rewrite our definition of what it means to making it. Societal standards tell us that making it is about accumulation. Accumulating wealth, power, status, or praise. But what if we decide that making it is actually about preservation? What if making it simply means preserving your peace of mind? What if it means keeping your kindness intact in a world that can be incredibly cruel? What if it means waking up tomorrow morning despite the heavy chest and the anxious thoughts and choose to try one more time? If you survive today, if you took care of yourself, if you listen to this podcast to try and understand your mind a little better, you are making it. You are doing the work. The panic you feel is not a sign that you are broken or left behind. It is just proof that you care deeply about your life. It is proof that you have a big heart and big dreams. And you are just tired. And being tired is completely allowed. It's okay to be tired. It doesn't mean you are a failure. It just means that you need to rest. So, to the person listening right now who feels like they are fishing last, stop running against any imaginary crowd. You are exactly where you need to be. The manual doesn't exist. We are all just making it up as we go. Thank you for sitting with me through this uncomfortable truth today. If this episode brought you even a little bit of comfort, please share it with a friend who might be fighting this exactly same silent battle right now. Until next time, take care of yourself, take a deep breath, and remember, you are doing much better than you think you are. God loves you so much.